Hey everybody, Black Ninja 797 here, and welcome back to another video. And today's video, we are doing another Left 4 Dead 2 ranking video. And this Left 4 Dead 2 ranking video, we are going to be ranking all the special infected music in Left 4 Dead. I thought this would be a really fun and interesting one because we already have done all the special infected, and we did take into account to the creepiness factor. But I never really stressed how important that the special infected music is, and I honestly think that it was deserving enough actually of its own category for a ranking video. So that is what we're doing here today. So back-to-back ranking videos essentially, but I hope you guys end up enjoying this nonetheless. If you guys end up enjoying this video at all any point, please consider dropping a like, comment, and subscribe. That way you guys can tell YouTube, hey, we like this guy and we want to see more of his content, and then they'll be like, okay, here's some more content, and then that way they will recommend me to you guys in the future. Plus also that way if anybody's looking for this particular type of content, I'll be there able to end up helping out who's looking for it. But yeah guys, so we're going to be ranking all the special infected music in Left 4 Dead. This one's a very interesting one, and hopefully I do not get copyrighted because music on YouTube is finicky, so please bear with me that this might end up having a little bit of a hard time being in your sub box due to possible copyright, but hopefully it will not. But anyways guys, let's begin with the ranking. Alright, so a lot of these pieces of music are going to be based off of just sheer creepiness factor and just the immersion that they give you, because obviously they're meant to be scary. So this is why I'm ranking the way I do. So coming in at the last spot, this is going to be the Boomer when he ends up vomiting on you. Now keep in mind, as I'm ranking the music based off of when they're near you and when they're attacking you, because there's different music per infected and also depending on what they're doing. So this is when the Boomer specifically vomits on you, and here's even a sample of all the music that are going to be throughout the video. So here is the Boomer vomiting on you and its music. So it's not necessarily the creepiest music. In fact, it's not even necessarily that creepy to begin with. I mean, it's just kind of a little bit ominous, you know, the do-no-do-no-do. I mean, the Boomer really is honestly not that threatening, so maybe it's just the fact that it's just because it's the Boomer. But honestly, it's not that bad. It's not the worst that could be. There's definitely going to be a lot better spots, though, as we go on. Alrighty, coming in at the next spot, this is also going to be the Boomer's music, and this is going to be specifically when the Boomer is near you. To be honest, I think that the Boomer being near you has much creepier music than when he actually vomits on you, but that is personally just me. Who knows whether or not that the special infected in like Back 4 Blood, for example, are going to end up having music like this. I actually genuinely hope that, because Back 4 Blood never had any special infected music. So here's hoping that's not like the Boomer, but more something like, let's say, the special infected are going to be later throughout the video, because music is everything. Alrighty, now coming in at the next spot, this is going to be the Spitter's music when she is near you. Go ahead and take a listen. See, I feel like, honestly, if you're accustomed to the game, you kind of lose the scariness factor when it comes to the special infected. But I will admit that for somebody that's new, this can definitely be scary for them, especially if they don't know what the Spitter is. And speaking of better as they're going on, here is the next one, which is going to be the Spitter when she actually has vomit on you or her spit. This set of music in particular is a lot more threatening and honestly fits more of the Spitter. I would say like the first couple of the pieces of music that we have are just going to be kind of eh, but here on out they're going to start to get really good, especially the last few, because the very last ones, we all know why they're creepy. Alrighty, so coming in at the next spot, as much as I don't want to do this because this is such a great song, both of these really are, but they're just not as scary as the other ones, and they just have to end up being somewhere. But this is going to end up being the Last Stand version of the tank theme, and then right after is going to be the original tank theme. I love these songs, especially the Last Stand one, because it's nice to end up having a different song for the tank for once. But unfortunately, they're not as ominous, so I'm going to be playing them back to back for you, and just let you guys take a listen. Alrighty, coming in now at the next spot, this is going to end up being the smoker when he is near you. This honestly is a lot more creepier than the tank. The tank is just kind of menacing and just like badass, but the smoker honestly ends up having some pretty creepy music. This is where you're starting to get into the music where it's like, you're starting to get uncomfortable if you just listen to it. Like, I get a little bit of a chill when I end up hearing the smoker music. Not fully. There is some that definitely get me, like, a lot worse. But I will admit, it is definitely pretty creepy just hearing that ominous, buzzing, humming sound. Alright, now the next one's going to be when the smoker has actually grabbed you with his tongue. Yeah, you can see that we're starting to get into some much more creepier music. Like, these ones like would actually end up genuinely creeping me out still this day when I would end up hearing them sometimes, especially if I'm like not paying attention. And I can definitely see how this would creep out like a little kid. I'm curious, guys. Let me know in the comment section down below by the time that the end of the video happens. Let me know what you end up thinking is the creepiest set of music. I'm just genuinely curious what creeps you out the most in this game. Alrighty, coming in for the next spot, this is going to end up being the hunter's music for when he's near you. Like, hearing that actually again now while making this video actually makes me really uncomfortable, especially because I'm, like, making this at, like, 4 a.m. in the morning. Like, not gonna lie, hearing that just off-key, high-pitched piano is just super off-putting. Like, hearing that if you were, like, alone by yourself would just freak you out. Like, can you imagine hearing this music out of context, like, not playing the game or anything? Like, you're just playing the game and you get used to it, sure. But can you imagine just, like, being out in public or even being by yourself and, like, let's say, I don't know, like there's a YouTube video on autoplay and for some reason, whatever, this plays and you just hear it out of nowhere? That's the type of unsettling feeling I would get. Alright, now the next music is going to be when the hunter has got you. Okay, now these last three Special Infected in particular, I believe end up having not only the creepiest music in the game, but just the creepiest music that I've heard from anything ever. The way that the artists end up making the songs for Left 4 Dead, these last three Infected, they're just so off-putting and they're so eerie that they genuinely actually scare me. And that's why that they are what they are. So it was really hard to decide, and I honestly am kind of torn. But just trust me, when I rank these here, it's not because one of them's worse than the other. It's just because I had to by the list. They're all equally as creepy in my eyes. But coming in at the next spot, this is going to end up being the Charger's music for when he is near you. Like, it's funny, in human psychology, we are naturally just, like, on edge from distinct sounds for literally no reason, just by default. And I don't know if this is a psychology thing or whatever, but just hearing that music just makes me feel unsafe. It's like, there's no way that I can listen to that and feel remotely comfortable. Alright, now coming in at the next spot, this is the Charger when he has grabbed you. Take a listen. It's just like so off-put. It's like, Jesus Christ. It's like, God, I want to freaking run away. It's like, oh, I'm cringing just listening to that music. Alrighty, now coming into the next spot, this is going to end up being our favorite little face thruster. This is going to end up being the Jockey when he is near you. And now for the worst part is when he grabs you. Alright, so we've only got 3 more left, and these last 3 belong to just one more Special Infected. And this Special Infected not only has one of the creepiest sets of music in all history of gaming, but also in general it's just so iconic. So coming in at the next spot, this is going to end up being the Crying Witch. And now we've got the witch when she's attacking you. Alrighty guys, now coming in at the #1 spot, this last piece of music is the creepiest shit you will ever hear in your life if you have not heard already. If you guys are a true Left 4 Dead fan, you will know what this is. But this is going to end up being the witch when she is wandering around in the daylight. And if you haven't heard it, prepare to shit your pants. You could be hung like a donkey, but you'd be lying to yourself right now if you told me that that didn't freak you out. Because that music in particular is just so creepy, especially if you play and you wander into the witch. If you're playing on expert mode and you walk into her, it's gonna be all over. Just the music alone is enough for a man to want to like just end his own life, just being like, sorry, witch, you're not killing me, I'm gonna kill myself before you can, because I just shat myself. And especially another thing also with this music is that, I don't know if you guys knew this, but when you get closer to the witch, this gets louder and more frequent, and it's just even more creepy. It's the same music, but it's just kind of like amplified, but I'll let you figure that out on your own. So do yourself a favor and run into the witch, see what happens. But yeah guys, this is going to be ending up being it for today's video. I truly hope you guys end up enjoying it. If you did, please consider dropping a like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you want me to rank down below in the comment section next time. But anyways, guys, I hope you end up enjoying today's video. Before we do wrap things up, I just want to give a quick shout out to all my Patreon supporters because they are amazing. So thank you, Jake Squid. You are amazing. Thank you for supporting the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you to everyone that supports the channel in a variety of different ways, and I tremendously appreciate you all. But I hope you guys end up enjoying today's video. Just one last time, if you enjoyed, please hit the like, comment, subscribe. I'm probably going to need it because it's most likely going to give me a copyright claim due to the fact that I used a crap ton of music. But I hope you guys end up enjoying another YouTube video from the most unique YouTuber you guys are ever going to see. Peace out, guys.